Roblox's biggest cult leader tried to ruin KreekCraft. Yeah, KreekCraft. If you don't know, Kreek's one of the biggest Roblox YouTubers out there, and somehow this creepy cult wanted to pin their mess on him. Sounds insane, right? Well, let me explain. But first, you gotta know what Spawnism is, and what this YouTuber Vaulted uncovered. Part 1. What is Spawnism? In the Roblox game Forsaken, there's this totally fake made-up cult called the Spawn Cult. It's all part of the game's story, meant to show how dangerous real cults can be, and how they brainwash people. But here's where it gets insane. Some sketchy folks took this fictional Spawn Cult, ripped it out of the game, and turned it into a real-life cult called Spawnism. Yeah, real life. They're out here targeting young, impressionable people, and making them do some seriously messed up rituals, all for their own sick desires. One of the leaders is a guy named Chesbol. We'll get deeper into him soon, but first, check out this example of one of his disgusting rituals. He tells his followers stuff like, please turn on your camera, grab a marker and paper, take off your shirt now, take off your pants and underwear now. Why? So apparently the lords of the spawn can recognize you when it's time to give you a second life, and then they have to write something big on the paper. What a total nightmare. The craziest part, they actually worship this spawn god, which is literally just a PNG image taken from Page Opera. And honestly, this cult looks eerily similar to some real life cults that ended in tragedy. We'll save that for later. Now, quick correction from my last video. At first, everyone thought Chesbol was this one dude, a musician named Oscar Stern, who weirdly admits to liking vipers. Yeah, weird. After I dropped that video, new info came out. Some say Oscar Stern is just a fake face, a mask Chesbol is using to hide his real identity. Some people say Oscar's a local internet joke, easy to manipulate, maybe not total innocent himself. And it gets darker. Oscar Stern's alleged connections to this satanic group called 764, which FBI is watching, have some chilling similarities to Spawnism. They reportedly target kids and force them into terrible acts. So, bottom line, is Chesbol really Oscar Stern, or is Oscar just a fall guy? No one really knows yet. Part 2. The Google Drive and Vaulted Discovery. Alright, so here's the deal. I actually went undercover inside Spawnism server and grabbed a ton of receipts, like everything from their chats, plans, and creepy rituals, all organized in a Google Drive made for anyone who wants to see what's really going on behind the scenes. Then Vaulted, another YouTuber who's been digging deep, stumbled on some wild stuff connecting this to called the KreekCraft. Yeah, the same KreekCraft, who's one of Roblox's biggest YouTubers. Vaulted put the pieces together and uncovered how Spawnism was trying to pin their messed up stuff on Kreek. It's like a bad horror plot, but real life. If you wanna dive into all the proof I collected, I dropped the Google Drive link in the description. Part 3. How Spawnism is targeting KreekCraft. Alright, so Vaulted uncovered some wild stuff about how Spawnism is actually trying to drag KreekCraft into their mess. Basically, this cult isn't some random fan drama. They're actively using Kreek's name and reputation to recruit people and cover up their own creepy actions. Vaulted found chat logs and posts where cult members were pretending to be linked to Kreek, spreading fake stories that Kreek supports or is part of Spawnism. Why? Because Kreek's massive in Roblox. They wanted to trick his fans into trusting them so they can pull people deeper into their cult. They've even been sending out fake Kreek-approved message and videos, trying to look legit and manipulate his community. So the cult isn't just ruining Kreek's rep, they're using his fame to trap vulnerable people, which is way worse. That's why Vaulted's evidence is so important. It shows what's really going on and helps keep people safe. Part 4. Real life cults and the dark parallels. Alright, now it's time to get real. Spawnism isn't just some weird Roblox cult cosplay, it actually echoes some of the darkest chapters in real cult history. Think about infamous cults like Jonestown, where over 900 people died after following a leader's deadly commands, or the Heaven's Gate cult, whose members radically took their own lives, believing they ascend to a spaceship. What's scary is how these cults, just like Spawnism, use brainwashing rituals, manipulation tactics, and fake promises of new life. Spawnism's Lords of the Spawn and his creepy rituals, it's the same psychological trap. But instead of ending in a mass tragedy, so far, Spawnism targeting kids and young people in the Roblox community, tricking them into this dangerous fantasy world. The difference is the internet makes it easier to spread, and scarier because the whole cult hides behind a screen. Part 5. Oscar Stern vs. Chesbol. Okay, here's where things get really twisted. Remember how I said at first everyone thought Chessable was this musician dude named Oscar Stern? Yeah, the guy who's really into some odd stuff like diapers. But here's a plot twist. After more digging, it looks like Oscar Stern might not even be who he thought he was. Some folks think Oscar Stern is just a fake face, a mask Chessable uses to hide behind who he actually is. Like, Chessable could be pulling the strings behind the scenes, and Oscar is just a distraction. Others say Oscar is real, but maybe a pawn, someone being manipulated and set to take the fall if things go south, which would be wild because that would mean Chessable is running a deeper, darker game. The whole thing gets messier with Oscar's alleged ties to that shady satanic group called 764, which, for your information, the FBI is actively monitoring. The overlap between that group and Spawnism is chilling, because they both target young people and push twisted, harmful agendas. Part 6. The link to the satanic group 764. So here's the part where this cult stops being weird Roblox drama and starts being FBI field reports. Spawnism isn't just some random online cult, they are linked to a real-life satanic group called 764, and yes, that's the same group that's already on FBI's watch list. What's scary is how perfectly their playbooks match. Both zero in on vulnerable people, mostly kids, then use creepy rituals to break them down and keep them hooked. It's not mystery, it's just abuse with extra steps. From my time undercover in Spawnism servers, I found out that some of these spaces are literally run by NLM and 764 members. To even get in, you have to log into a website called Skibidi Farms for verification, because apparently nothing screams ancient dark order like a name taken from a brain rot meme from 2023. It's all part of their initiation, make people feel like they're entering some powerful secret society. In reality, they're entering a Discord server run by people who worship a Pinchop Pro PNG. This overlap means Spawnism isn't just some niche Roblox problem, it's plugged into a bigger, nastier network. The Lords of the Spawn and their second life dog, they'd say it's an afterlife, but let's be real, the only afterlife they're offering is a long sentence behind bars. It's just the same control tactics used by real-world predator groups dressed up in bad roleplay dialogue. The FBI watching them, that's not drama. That's the early warning siren that things get a lot worse if people keep brushing this off as just online stuff. Part 7. Wrapping it up. Before I go, let's talk about one last crazy detail. The so-called spawn god they worship. You'd expect some deep, mysterious symbol, right? Nope. It's literally just a PNG image from Pinchop Pro slapped into Roblox. The divine being they're basing their entire faith on could be replaced by a stock photo of a sandwich, and half their followers wouldn't notice. That weird combo of amateurism and pure creepiness says a lot about Spawnism. They want to build this dark, powerful vibe, but it's all smoke and mirrors. A fake god made from stolen pixels doesn't scream cult leader, it screams bored teenager with too much free time and a questionable search history. If it wasn't targeting kids, it would almost be pathetic, but that's not the problem. It works on people who don't know better. They're not going after cynical adults who can smell a scam. They're aiming for Roblox players who think Second Life means free VIP servers. So yeah, check the Google Drive link in the description where I dropped all my undercover evidence from their servers. Look at it, share it, and remember, if someone tries to recruit you for a cult whose god can be made in Microsoft Paint, they're not mystical, they're just losers with Wi-Fi.